Hi everyone, today I'm making confetti soap, which is a glycerin soap. So I started with collecting all the scraps of soaps from previous projects that I haven't used, and this is a fun way of recycling some of the soap that you can't use or decided for some reason that it wasn't what you expected. So here I'm shredding all of my little bits and pieces of soap that I've collected. I'm just using a normal grater, kitchen one, which is hard work, but I haven't got anything fancy, so it does take a while, but you just have to be patient with it. Let's speed things up a little bit. So once you have all these lovely shreds, cut up white base and melt this in the microwave or in a double boiler for about 2 minutes. And to some part of my white base I've added a little bit of colouring, and I'm going to be using that as my first bottom layer, just to add a little bit of an accent colour to my soap. Spray that with some alcohol just to get rid of the bubbles. So next I'll be adding some of the shreds to create my first layer, over which I will be pouring the melted white base just in a minute. And I should suggest pack it quite tightly, but not too tight, because you want all the other soap that's just been melted to go all the way through your base. And don't forget to add fragrance of your choice. Mix it thoroughly before you pour it into your shreds. And then tap down to make sure you get rid of any air bubbles. Spritz with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and add the rest of your shredded pieces and create next layer, and repeat the process. Fill in all the holes as you go along. And tap it down once again to make sure the soap gets everywhere. And then I just like to squish it a little bit with my knife to level it. And for the very top, I chose to put a little bit of colouring in my last little layer. I wanted it to overflow a tiny bit, so I'm adding the last layer very carefully, because I don't want any overspills. And this will provide a nice sticky base for my embeds for the top of the soap. So you have to be very quick with this, quick spritz of alcohol, and then choose your embeds and pop them in quickly before the last layer sets. Voila, we're all done. You can make it a little bit more girly and sparkly with a little bit of glitter. So this is clear. And some pink glitter as well. And that's your soap done. So now all that's left is to wait for it to set and cool down. You can leave that overnight, you can leave it a couple of hours, it will set quite quickly, and then you are ready to cut. So my soap has set, and I'm using a silicone mold, which is a tall mold, and it's quite tricky at first to release the soap, especially with glycerin soap because it's quite sticky. So just make sure all sides have been released before you start pushing the soap out, and it should slide out quite easily. Carefully push on the bottom and try not to drop it on its top. You don't want to ruin your lovely design. And gently pull away the mold to reveal your bar. So let's cut. My edges were a little bit uneven, so I decided to just trim them off to make it nice and neat before I started cutting them into bars. But you can do that afterwards, entirely up to you. I just find it easier to slice off any excess soap before I cut individual bars out of it. Now I don't like using my cheese slicer, I prefer to use a normal kitchen knife for glycerin soap. It's our finished confetti soap. I really like this technique because, as I said, you can use it for scraps of any unwanted soaps that you have lying behind. You can add scent to them again, or you can leave them plain. Depends on whether they were previously scented. It's just a nice little project. Add a little bit of extra colour to your white base, and it's fun. So I hope you enjoyed my video and liked the final product. And these can be great gifts for your friends or family. So thanks very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon. Bye!